What's up guys, Volt here bringing you a brand new Fast and Furious car remake. In today's remake, I'm bringing the 2015 Jaguar F-Type Coupé R from Furious 7 that Deckard Shaw drives. He was visiting his brother Owen Shaw, and it's the car at the very beginning scene when he's escaping the hospital or leaving the hospital. And it was a requested car. I'll put that on screen right now for you guys so you can check that out. I do really appreciate the request. Sorry about, the late upload. But I thought I would do this car. It's kind of a quick build because there's not really much customization to this car. The only sad part about this car is it is very, very, very expensive for the lack of customization it has. So let's start off with the base price. We're going to go to the internet. We're going to go to the travel and transport website. We're going to go down to the Legendary Motorworks website. And you want to find yourself the Ocelot Lynx, part of the Cunning Stunts DLC. This is going to be setting you back $1,735,000. Now, you're going to have to choose a livery, of course. You either choose Zero Gas or the Ocelot Racing. Me, personally, I think I like the Ocelot Racing more. But what we're going to be doing is removing the livery. Sadly, removing the livery doesn't give you money back. It actually costs you money to do so. But we'll get into that when we get into the customization. So once you have your car, let's get inside and customize the car that looks like one of the more better cars in GTA Online that actually looks like the car it's supposed to be based on. So the Ocelot Lynx is in the sports category. Kind of makes sense. I love the engine sound too. Listen to this. It's got such a meaty engine. It's so nice. The Ocelot Lynx is based around, a Jaguar F-Type, pretty much for the most part. Because Ocelot in-game is basically Jaguar, if you didn't know that. So, as I always go over in all my videos, I go over the overall look, the visual appearance, and the basic design in the car and how it's portrayed in the movie, game, or anywhere else in general itself. Anything else I don't go over is completely up to you. I just put a few staples in if you want to recreate the build that I've been doing, or the one that I actually make for the remake, then you might want to follow along. So without further ado, let's get into the build. So we're going to go down to the bumpers. You want to go to the front bumper, and you just want to keep that stock. Now, like I said, most of this car, you're pretty much going to keep stock. You're not going to worry about, changing too much on it. So you're going to be spending, I would say, probably no more than $2 million on the car. Like I said, it's an expensive car. And sadly, none of the front bumpers actually look really, really close to the one that's in the movie. But, the best one, in my personal opinion, is the stock front bumper. Again, I will have pictures on screen so you guys can see that. It may only be one picture because, unfortunately, the car was only shown with maybe 2 to 3 minutes screen time, if that. So it pretty much had just the front view. You never really saw what the back looked like. So we're going to go to the rear bumpers. You want to put on the carbon rear bumper. Now, I say this because I went off of a basic Jaguar F-Type Coupe, Type R and all that stuff. I basically went off the base design of the car and how they would, how they actually look. And I went with a carbon rear bumper. I think it fits the best. I think it looks the best. It looks a lot better than this. It doesn't have the big holes at the back. It's just like a solid stock bumper, and it has the big oval in the back as well for the back bumper. Personally, in my opinion, I think this looks the best. But again, since we don't really look at the back and don't really see the back, you guys can do whatever you want. Again, if you want to keep it stock, be my guest. But I personally would not go with stock option because it has the vents or the little inductions on the back there. I would definitely at least go with maybe a carbon or possibly even more. But again, if you do this, you're going to be wasting a little bit more money. I wouldn't go with a rear diffuser or anything like that. Did not have a diffuser. Did not stick out all that much. It was just pretty much a basic. I would say it's pretty much a stock Jaguar F-Type. So it depends, again, we don't get too much information on it, but someone wanted me to build it, so I did the best I could, and this is what I came up with. After that, we move on to the chassis. You just want to keep the stock chassis. It didn't have a roll cage that I could see. The windows were pretty tinted, which is kind of a cool thing, but as you can see, there's no roll cage I can see anyways. It might have a roll cage. You can't see the interior, so if you really want to, you can put the roll cage in, but you don't need to. Again, save money if you want, or don't save money, your choice. After that, we move on to the exhaust. I stuck with the stock exhaust. I think it looks the best. Again, I went with the rear picture of the actual Jaguar F-Type, and I think that the stock exhaust just looks the best. I really don't think there's anything better. I think they look and match pretty much almost identical to the ones that are in real life, but again, you guys can do whatever you want on the exhaust. I wouldn't say go with titanium. I would say at least stick with chrome types for the most part. I rarely see a titanium exhaust on any of the cars I build. or any of the cars in the movies I see and everything like that. So I would definitely stick with like some kind of chrome tipped. And if you don't want to spend any money at all, stock exhaust is really nice. I think it looks nice and flush. I mean, it has those nice, angled tipped exhaust. It's just, and it's quad tip too, so it's pretty cool. After that, move on to the hood. You want to go with the double vented hood. This gives the kind of like little vents on the front of the hood, as you can see in the picture I'll post right now. Kind of turn this way so you guys can see it, because I know the picture's going to be in the left-hand corner. And yeah, it's pretty nice. I like it. It does fit pretty well. I mean, I wish it was maybe a little bit closer to spaced together, but for the most part, it does fit the build. And again, this is one of the cars that I've built in a long time that actually looks like the car I'm trying to base it on. So that's really cool. After that, we move on to the lights. Now you're probably wondering, wait, we're at the arena. You're right, we are at the arena. And if you know what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be putting a different color light on this. Now we're going to put red, we're going to put blue, we're going to put green. Well, actually we're just going to put a basic white. Again, it is $20,000 for the white headlights, unless I think you have them locked and they're cheaper. These are like 50, 40,000, like, yeah, they're a lot of money. 80,000 for the black light. But yeah. Either you can do stock lights or you could do the white lights, which I did. Again, I don't really see too much difference. The white lights are a lot brighter, but the ones from the real life car of the Jaguar F-Type is actually white. They have like the little stripe down there, like on the actual light. I don't know if I can turn it so you can kind of see it a little bit because the picture's going to be there. But there's no stripe on this build. It's just the bulb. So, there's no like LED strip light type deal. I think you guys know what I mean. But yeah, if you guys can't afford the white lights, or if you don't have an arena, just keep the stock lights at the LSC. Best option. After that, we move on to the livery. You just want to put none. So you want to take the money that you spent on, the livery, and then you actually want to remove it, because you want that nice, clean, white looking car. I mean, the livery didn't even look anything like any of the cars in the movie. Personally, at least I don't think. Maybe one or two, maybe. But I highly doubt it. I haven't seen the movie for a while, but again, I would just stick with none. If you want to recreate this car, it looks the best with none on it. So sadly, you gotta spend more money, but it is what it is, I guess. After that, we move on to the plate. Now, I would put on something along the lines of maybe like a blue and white 2, 3, or 1. I wouldn't go with like the yellow and black or the yellow and blue. So take your pick on these. Again, we don't really know what the license plate looks like. We don't know what's on the license plate, so you guys could put whatever you want. You could put Shaw. You could put Deckard. You could put Furious 7. You could put Fast 7. You could put anything you want. You put your name. Like I could put Volt on this if I wanted to. But this is just the plate that came with the car, so I just stuck with that. Same respect for last. We move on to the skirts. You just want to keep the stock skirts. It didn't have carbon skirts. You can definitely tell that from the picture. Didn't have no black carbon type skirts on it. It's a nice, clean, I would say, again, stock version of a Jaguar F-Type. And again, it saves you guys money if you don't really want to do it. After that, we move on to the spoiler. It had none. It didn't have a spoiler. Again, stock Jaguar F-Type Coupé R. It didn't have a nice big spoiler or anything like that. It was just none. After that, we move on to the suspension. I went with the lowered suspension. I don't think it was lowered that much, if at all. Again, I wouldn't go any more in the street, but I think a lowered just lowers it a little bit, gives it enough control and online, and I think it looks good. I mean, the spacing looks pretty decent, I would say. Let me see if I can get the angle for it right now. There we go. So you guys can kind of see like the angle kind of matches the spacing. Again, if you wanted to, you can go with stock, or you can go street. But me personally, I went with lowered, just to give it a little bit of flair. After that, move on to the wheels. You want to go to wheel type, and you just want to choose any kind of category. You're like, wait, what? Yeah, you're going to be pretty much keeping the stock rims. The stock rims look the closest to the actual rims that are on the Jaguar F-Type. Their stock rims look the best like the stock ones here, if that makes any sense. The stock rims on the real life car look like the stock rims in GT Online. So, and the ones in the movie are chrome, and these are chrome, as you can see. I think, for the most part. Unfortunately, there is no build or any kind of rim that actually matches this. I even checked in the street category and I couldn't even find any. So again, I would just stick with stock. Wheel color you can't change because you have to have custom tires to do that. So, and they're chrome anyways, so you can't change it anyways. After that, move on to the tires. Tire design, there is no custom tires because you need custom wheels to have custom tires, or custom rims to have custom tires, but again, we don't need them, so there's that. Plus, it didn't have any custom tire design or print or anything on it, so we don't have to worry about that. Tire enhancements, you can add bulletproof tires on if you wish. Probably more realistic if you didn't, but again, I don't really know. so your choice on that as well. And then tire smoke, white tire smoke. Like I said, pretty basic, easy car to build. Last before the respray, we go to windows. You want to put a nice dark limo tint on there. It just looks so menacing with that white paint job and those extremely dark tinted windows. And again, it looks like the actual car from the movie for the most part. Again, it has like that little bar right here that goes across the front of the bumper, but I think that's their way to kind of, you know, split up the design so it doesn't look exactly like a Jaguar F-Type. So, all right, and I'll see you guys in 2 seconds with a rolled steel primer color. All right, and we're back. As you can see, I have my car, my primered out rolled steel. Pretty much what I always do for all my builds. You guys know what I do for my colors, if it's a custom crew color, if it's an LSC color. That way you guys don't get ripped off and say, oh, I can't get this color because it, you know, it's not in the LSC. Well, it might not be an LSC color. It might be a custom crew color. In that case, make sure you guys watch the video. Check the hex down below, or you know, the RGB, which should be down in the description. Don't ever really put the RGB in the video, so I do apologize about that. But at least I do put the RGB and the hex in the video, so you guys can check that out. But again, this is going to be an LSC color. It's not going to, like I said, it's an easy car to build. It's just expensive. But again, we're going to go into the primary. You're going to go down to metallic. Now you can use classic if you really wanted to. All you're going to be doing is putting on a nice ice white. Me personally, I'm going to spend a little bit more money, and I'm actually going to put on the ice white. Again, it's $13.50 compared to the classic, which is $8.10. So a little bit more money. Not even, I would say, what, $500 or so. So we're just going to go with ice white. After that, we go to pearlescence. It is on black right now, and you do want to keep it on black. You don't want to put a different pearlescent on. Now, the main reason for that is the secondary color gets the pearlescent shine. We're going to do the secondary color. We're going to go down to the classic. Now, you don't really want to go to metallic because you're going to be spending more money. So just go up here to the classic, black. Now, unfortunately, it does give black mirrors. The mirrors in the actual movie were white. So that is a sad thing. But it does have a black roof, and that is what you want. Just want to apply that. Now, again, what I say about the primary color pearlescent, if you look, and I change the pearlescent, it kind of gives, like, if I say an ice white, if I want to make this white really white, okay, I did that, but it then adds a pearlescent to the top of the car. So in order to stop that, most of the time, if you purchase an ice white and metallic, it'll have a black pearlescent over top of it. So there's no actual shine on the car. So what you want to do is just keep it nice and black if you do have a pearlescent. If you do metallic, make sure the pearlescent is black. If you don't do metallic, and you do just a classic ice white, then you don't need to worry about the pearlescent at all. And that is it. That is how you recreate the 2015 Jaguar F-Type Coupé R from Furious 7 that Deckard Shaw drives. At the very beginning of the movie for, like, I would say no more than 5 minutes, even if that. I would say probably 3 minutes tops. He walks out, gets in the car, drives off, and then I think the movie starts or the credits starts or something. Again, it was a requested car, so I'm happy, more than happy to build it. It was actually, I wouldn't say that much of a challenge. It was pretty much an easy build, but it is a really, really cool looking car, and I'm definitely going to keep it in my collection. Even though I was really tempted to sell it because it is a pretty expensive car. I probably spent well over $2 million on this car in general. So yeah. So let's go outside real quick. Oh, Cool Money is standing out here. I don't know who that is, but it's a random person. Now, as you can see those white headlights that I put on in the arena. They look nice and clean. And again, the white lights is your choice. You can either do white or you can do stock. I like the white. I have the arena. I can do the white. If you don't have the arena and you just want to build the car in general, just make them stock, guys. They're just as good. But the white lights are actually, again, from the real life version, because the real life version has white lights. But yeah, this is the car in all its glory. Again, the engine, I love the engine sound. It's so nice. I guess I probably should have went over the turbo. I'm not sure if it had a turbo. I mean, again, it was in the movie for three minutes tops, I would say, no more. And it was hard to tell. So if you wanted to, you can save yourself a little bit of money and probably not put a turbo in. But again, I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes. And if someone says, oh no, it doesn't have no turbo, okay, well, I'm gonna go in there and put no turbo, and the top comment on this video will be, you know, saying to not put a turbo on. Because once the video is made, I can't change it, guys. I take it down, then I have to re-upload it, and that just takes too much time. It just takes too much time to re-edit it and change it. Yeah, it's just so much easier to put the top comment and just, you know, that way there. So I think that's gonna pretty much wrap up today's video. So as always, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down in the comment section down below for what build you want me to try next, or, you know, possibly attempt. Just one, guys, just one. Say like, oh, I want you to try like the Mona Lisa, which you will be seeing a video on that here soon. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, that's gonna be the video. And again, guys, once I hit 2,000 subscribers, it's not gonna be out as soon as I hit it. It'll be out maybe like the next video or the video after that, you know, whenever the uploads go up again. Like I don't really have any control over it right now. Work's been really chaotic and all that. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.